Welcome to part 2 of our look at the Worsbrough branch in South Yorkshire, part of the Penistone to Wath line and famous for its challenging gradient. In part 1 we started by looking at the West Silkstone junction where the line separated from the Penistone to Barnsley line, then covered both of the Silkstone tunnels. Look at these on the bridge, obviously for the cables, just like we've been seeing the brackets all the way down this line, haven't we? Yeah, it does look a bit smoky down there. So we're on the Worsbrough Incline at the moment.
Steam train coming up.
You can really see. I mean, we're walking down it, so we're not really feeling the exertion of it. But yeah, welcome back to this next part. We're making our way down from West Silkstone Junction down ultimately to Oldham Junction. Glyn on that side, and you might recognise John on there. So yeah, we're heading down. So it's Worsbrough Incline. It's about 3.5 miles long, isn't it? 1 in 40 gradient. Now let's talk a bit more about this incline. Now it's not an incline like I've covered in the recent past, not like those on the Cromford and High Peak for example, but at 1 in 40 it's quite serious in terms of a mainline railway. For comparison, the well-known Lickey incline is 1 in 37.7. Sheepasture on the Cromford and High Peak was about 1 in 8. The gradient and the heavily laden coal trains using it was one of the drivers behind the electrification of the line. However, even the electric locos themselves needed a double head and even had 2 bankers at the back on some trains. During steam days, all westbound trains needed to be banked. So what is banking for those who aren't familiar? We're basically talking adding an additional engine, or 2 in some cases, at the back of the train to give it a push. Such was the scale of the job that in 1925 the LNER built the most powerful and longest steam engine to ever run on British tracks, the one-off Class U1. You'll hear us refer to this as the Garrett. Designed by the famous Nigel Gresley and built by Bayer, Peacock and Company, on a typical day it would bank 18 trains from Wentworth Junction up to West Silkstone Junction. Though not without issue, multiple steam engines working hard through the Silkstone tunnels usually mean the poor crew of the Garrett at the back would be met with a poisonous concoction of soot and smoke. They would detach, return down the incline light engine before doing it all over again. It was no longer required after electrification, and struggling to be practical enough for use elsewhere on the network, it was scrapped in 1955.
(1838). Yeah, it's got to be.
This is the Huskett Memorial. That's a sad story.
It's all great, isn't it? It's a nice spot. Doesn't say good. Surreal. I haven't put no graffiti on it.
Yeah, they're good. Both good. Just coming down off the track bed just to have a look at this little tunnel. Isn't that quaint? Look at the little arch. Micro tunnel.
Oh, that's lovely. Cool little breeze.
So we've been seeing these all the way along the line, haven't we? Sick of seeing them walking over the old Woodhead line. The base of obviously the overhead electric gantries, but look at those big bolts. Are they electric? Are they for electric? Are they what would have carried live current, possibly? We're still walking downhill. It's quite a drop. I'll show you this bridge. Something quite interesting. Look, and obviously it's got, you see the girder base on there. You see we've got the old original bridge, and can you see there's some blue brick? There's a little stage of blue bricks. That's where they've had to raise the bridge when they put in the electrification. We can still see some, right, it's got some kind of bracing on as well, look, underneath. Interesting. It just feels like the trail's dropping off a cliff here, look. It's going down and down and down. It's funny when you walk sometimes, you don't really notice inclines on railways as a general thing. You do on this one. It's not as bad as Sheepastures or anything like that, but then you're on the High Peak Trail, but it's certainly noticeable. So that's the railway line, just leaving behind there. We're heading over this field here to have a look. Some of the remains of the new Sovereign Colliery, some of the sidings there. You can make out really clearly the level of the banking of the old track bed. So is this it then? Is this the? This is the sidings.
That runs on there, and it ends up joining the trail. But before that were built, this was the end line.
Right. Before it was extended down.
I've looked on the 1840-1880 map as opposed to the 1888-13 map, and there's only this on, and it comes on here and it runs on there. So the
old this is a new Sovereign, isn't it?
This is the old.
Old Sovereign.
This is the old
right.
Sovereign.
Sorry guys, I've been. I'll give you false information coming down the hill just there. So just having a look around the sidings. A lot of stonework, a lot of masonry and things, all related to the colliery and the sidings, the railway sidings. And these are really old railway sidings. These here.
All these. This would have been the heapstead what would have loaded the coal onto the sidings here. The siding here that went back to join it. But this is where the pit was. There is a shaft here.
Lots of old bricks here. Plus,
I'm not sure if it's over there.
a lot of brickworks around the Barnsley area. Not seeing any.
There's no names on them.
Is there not?
They're all handmade.
Yeah, there's no names on these bricks. But what a fantastic little pocket of history.
Is that it?
Down here, isn't it? Spoil heap down over here. I mean, look at all those.
There's a spoil heap.
That masonry. I mean, these look like they're off a building or something, don't they? What are these from? These are like the huge ornamental stones that you get, like capping stones, coping stones, all beveled and angled. Yeah, look at this down here. Oop, careful down the banking. Old red brick with a lot more of these nice pieces of masonry on top. That's old. Those bricks are well weathered, aren't they? Look. Is it something a wheel went in? Perhaps this. Maybe you do see similar kind of designs and things, don't you? To this in various places. Whatever it was, quite a large structure. There's bricks all along the other side here. In fact, I'm just standing all. Just piles of bricks. Fantastic. I love stuff like this, especially stuff like this that you find at the side of old railways. And you can see this banking just curving round to the right hand side there, look. Got a bit of water in now, isn't it? Just showing you this, just blue brick, this side of the line, and it's red brick at that side of the line. So this is where the old Sovereign branch line that we've just been having a look, this is where it joined back on, was it? Right. The line that we've walked on so far from West Silkstone Junction and beyond was opened in 1880. However, as we heard Glyn referred to a short time ago when looking around the old Sovereign ruins, this branch and the line from here towards Worsbrough originally opened in 1852. This branch not only served the old Sovereign Colliery, but also the former Moor End Colliery. Yeah, the junction was also the location of a signal box as well. Yeah, you can see the banking coming in. You can see that the line's definitely converging here. John's just having a rummage around, see if there's any remains of this signal box, but I think he's going to be out of luck. Still got bits of ballast down underfoot. It's coming over to have a look at this gate, these old gate posts. So we've just seen old Sovereign Colliery. We've just been having a look around the side. Is this all in here was new Sovereign Colliery. Another little detour off the track bed just to have a look. Again, this is new Sovereign Colliery. So many collieries to see along this line. It's quite overwhelming looking at the maps and the details. But look at this old what's it called again, Glyn?
New Sovereign.
No, this bricky thing.
Heapstead.
Heapstead, that was it. It's a big fireplace now. Someone's had a bit of a bonfire. Look at this. There's some history here, isn't there? Look inside. So, big steel beams there, look, coming across. So, that's where they drop the coal to load onto the wagons then, basically. Tunnel. The old bricks, but then you've got like red bricks set into the structure. Look. So these were all sidings on here. Just flash up the maps, and you'll see all the buildings and the sidings on the map. Just look, just bring it down here because there's it's a loading platform or something, because this is all on the side of the sidings. But so I'll just navigate through the trees, bear with me. Oh, there you go. And all the way down here, look, it's not in the best of conditions, that one, is it? Well, mind you, is any of it. Yeah, more disused things. Look, we're just right behind that brick arch that we've just been looking at there. Something here is all demolished. The little narrow gauge rails, look, miniature, well, little baby rails sticking up out of the ground. Yeah, big as that stair foot brick it is, isn't it? What's the barbed wire? Tangled from that. Right, so we're on top of that loading thing here. See how far I can get round safely. Not that way. That little window there, look, I'll show you in. That's the top of where we've just been stood underneath. And that shaft. Look at the little inscriptions on there. Is that NCB, National Coal Board, WMC. It's like a wheel housing, doesn't it?
You see the X's in that?
Assuming.
You know the big one in the middle? I have got
this little culvert.
Photos of them.
Just noticed.
I'll forward on to you.
I don't know if it's a drain or a tunnel or what, I don't know. Can't see in though. So much little things left on this little thing. So you can get a picture from this one of what we was looking at before, can't you? Look, you know, with exactly the same stones as we saw just chucked to one side.
The old Sovereign.
Yeah, the old Sovereign site.
I mean, that's what basically tells you where they went. But what was it?
Another old building related to the colliery.
In fact, it's there.
Lots of things. Lots of things inside. We're just debating if it's safe. It's a bit too cluttered to walk around, but I can stick the camera in, can't I?
Wow.
It's old railway lamp. Wow,
Yeah,
brilliant.
what's it got on
that.
it?
So that's obviously it's red. Use it at the back of the train. Is it the one they used to put paraffin in? Is it a paraffin lamp?
Kenyans.
Nice. Another detour off the main railway line. We've got a branch line here that went down to the old Wentworth Silkstone Colliery. We're going to have a walk down. Known nickname, I understand, this colliery as Levy Tag. This branch line is showing on early 1900 maps as disused. However, on the 1955 map, the railway is in use again, down to Wentworth Silkstone Colliery. Remember previously, I mentioned the Garrett joining westbound trains as a banker from Wentworth Junction. Well, that was from here. The engine was stored here during the week.
They were quite big, weren't they, these?
Some curious concrete structures. What were these? What were these then? Were these
They'd probably been
side up railway?
To electrify the line or something.
All right.
They did come up here with the...
Did they? So this was electrified down here as well?
They used to shunt the coal up here.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Garrett used to push it from there.
Right. Where is it the Garrett used to park up then? Was that on
There must have been
here?
a side in here somewhere.
I mean, it's just interesting the different branch lines and complexes. There's so many collieries coming off this Worsbrough branch. Just fetch you down, just off the side of that branch line. Known, I'm told, locally as the Levy line. Just to have a look at this little. Actually, get down here. Look at this. There's not that much water in here. Let's have a look at this culvert. Look, I mean, so well made, aren't they? See the keystone in the middle, and this is just a. I suppose this is just a dike. Take the opportunity to wash my feet on here. Just on the banking of this little branch line, look, see a little fish plate, just sat nestled by that tree that's been chucked down. Yeah, you certainly tell it's an old railway line, can't you? You'll notice the land's opened out quite a bit. It's really widened, and then we can see on the old maps that we're checking as we're going along. This was an area of sidings here. Probably nothing to show you, but it's interesting just to point it out. Yeah, very uneven piece of land. Lots of silver birch trees, which is always an indication of former railway line. Wow, it's like an explosion. Wow, get out of here. It feels like I've been shot at. What's this I spy through the trees? Oh wow. Excuse the brambles. Look at this. Check the map, see if there's any signal box or something here. That's quite a sizable. So, site of the old, coming up to the site of the old Stratford Colliery now. Picnic tables. Again, it's opened out a little bit. There are further sidings around here, as you would expect.
Yes, straight away.
So what we're looking at here is all the water being pumped out of the old Stratford Colliery. and it's filtered through these reed beds. There's a lot of water coming out. Just on the side. The railway line just there. Look. Is the old pit entrance to Stafford? Is it Stafford? It's Stratford, isn't it? Stratford Colliery. Various things, but look at this. The old rope. The whole old haulage rope has been repurposed into fencing. Reuse and recycle. Little row of railway cottages there.
Here's a benchmark on the other side. Metal disc, and you used to stick it in there, and then they used to put the stuff on it, and that's where they used to do the surveying.
Yeah, right.
Ah, so it's not a mason's mark then?
No.
It's a, right, sorry.
It's a
I've
benchmark.
seen these, right, I've learnt something there.
So this, yeah, so there.
See them everywhere.
That'll be on your map.
It does.
That bridge. it'll
Them
be on.
symbols are everywhere on
Yeah.
the old maps.
BM.
I were having a conversation with someone recently. I can't remember who with, and we was wondering what they were.
I'll send you the
maps.
invoice. It's all...
I don't think so.
There's another one of them
Well,
recesses there. Look, we can't. It's a bit hidden though. That one. That signal box, John. Excellent. Right. Just come down to have a look
Yeah, see where they lifted it.
at this bridge. Look at
Only about what?
little bit of
18-inch marks.
little bit of overhead.
Obviously some of the electrification.
Is it or is it for telegraph? I'm not sure. But plenty of brackets on the underside of this bridge. Look.
Concrete pads there.
It might be. It might be steel. Never steel.
All kinds of brackets on here. Are these more of those little cable hangers like we saw on the bridge further back? Possibly. Brackets all the way up, only on one side. Right, we set off this morning with the intention of getting to Oldham Junction, which is actually where my car's parked. We've spectacularly failed because we've only made it as far as Gilroyd today, which is, we've not even made it to Worsbrough. We've not even made it over the M1. There's just been so much to see. We've been filming for close to 6 hours. We're now losing the light, so we're going to have to knock this one on the head for today and come back and finish this story of the Worsbrough branch. So thanks very much as always to John. It's always a pleasure, and thanks to Glyn for your input today. We've seen a lot of stuff.
Welcome.
It's been really valuable. So yeah. So as always, to all my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee, anyone a super thanks, etc. Appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you soon.